Hey, welcome back to the channel where I'm building a Minimax 1100r and you get to follow along. You can see where I left off the last time. This piece is all done now. I've got everything epoxied in place and got this all cleaned out where it needs to be. And so that'll be ready to, except for the notches that I need to cut, that'll be ready to attach once this gets epoxied in place, which I'm going to do now. So the first step is I have to locate this cross member here. It's actually this is something you want to watch out for, because like instinctively I want to say it goes here, but that's not true. It's actually a little bit back here. So just building models for so many years, it's like you expect a cross member at a vertical, but here it's not the case. It's actually here. So but I have to locate that. So I'm gonna figure out how to measure from my zero line back to where this goes, and then I'm gonna have to come up vertically with the square so that I can mark the location of that, and then make sure it's where it needs to be in relation to the formers, the verticals there, so that it's nice and square. Making it square shouldn't be a problem. I have plenty of squares. So, all right, so I'm just gonna kick this piece out of here for now, and then I'm gonna find my location where that goes, and then we'll go from there. So you can see where I'm headed here. Let me find my square, which is actually on the floor. So once I know where my location is, I will use my square like this, and I'll mark it up here at the top, and then we'll be all good. First things first, let's grab the plan and figure out where that's located. Alright, so that station is actually right here. That cross member is right here, and it's actually 43 3/8 of an inch from my zero line. So something really important to pay attention to on the plans is that sometimes it references a line to the forward side, and sometimes it references it to the back side. So I have to always just make double sure, and in this particular case it's actually referencing to the back side of this line. So, but then this one's to the back side, but when you get to the next one it's to the front side. So you just have to pay attention to where this actual bubble here is referencing. So I'm measuring to the aft part, is at 43 3/8, so I have to come forward 5/8 in order to find that location. So right, I'll obviously check it again when I get there, but all I'm doing is just giving myself a reference point here for when I'm close. So you can see I just made a diagonal mark, which is easier for me to line up with my eyes. So I've got that in place. And now that I've got all of these pieces, I have this one ready, that one's now ready, and the back part is ready. All I got to do is get some wax paper under these 4 locations on the table here, and then I don't have to be concerned when I take this apart to put the epoxy in, because I actually did what I mentioned yesterday. I actually put some blocks in against where my longerons end up here, so I know for certain that with those 2 blocks and the blocks on each side, I'm going to be able to get these back in this exact position no matter what happens. So yeah, all right. And the key to this whole thing was when I cut these, and I cut all of them at the same time using my cutting tool here and the stop. So that made sure that all of those were the exact same size, and so I know I'm automatically going to wind up square, although I will of course double check it with a square, but having the same size pieces there will certainly help with that. So, but I'll make sure we're square as we go along, and yeah, just by testing the I'll just be testing the verticals here. When we get to that point, I'll be checking them out like this. And yeah, cool. All right, so I'm gonna get some wax paper, some epoxy, and we'll get a good start on getting this fuselage, get some things glued together. All right. All right, so that's it for me tonight. This took a little while to get set up and make sure everything was nice and square, but it's actually looking really good right now. This one on the bottom, which is actually carries the front spar carry through. I don't really have to. I was considering maybe weighting it down, but it actually is fitting really good at the corners, so I'm just not going to touch it. And we're all good here at the top. This holds that bearing block for the front of the control stick. And I put some staples in over there. Actually, I had to down each side actually, but I had to pull those after I put them in the first time. I actually had to put them in a second time because when I went to check the plumbness of each of the sides. It actually wasn't quite right. I mean, it wasn't how I like it. So they're more exact now with each other. So and I think that's a result of the absolute squareness of that piece that crossed that bulkhead. The absolute squareness is just, it's just off a little bit, and it's off just enough to where it was just causing just a tiny bit of racking. But I got that taken care of. Re-put the staples in with everything where I want it, so that's all good. And so now the epoxy's setting up. It's getting kind of dark in here, so I needed some extra light, but the epoxy's setting up, and tomorrow all of this will be permanent, so at least I hope so. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. I do appreciate it, and I will I'll catch you later.